He will be called Emmanuel. He will be called Jesus. But as he considered these things, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, do not fear to take Mary as your wife, for that which is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had spoken by the prophet. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which means God with us. When Joseph woke from sleep, he did as the angel of the Lord had commanded him. He took his wife, but he knew her not until she had given birth to a son. And he called his name Jesus. Alone. I was alone, waiting for someone to come and stand next to me, to see me, to be here with me. But I was alone in this cave, in the dark of my own brokenness and fallenness, hoping for a spark to light up my heart. But I was alone. And in this cave, you were there. Alone just like me. All of us alone. Waiting and hoping, wishing for someone to come and set us free. But the funny thing about this cave is that it's a crowded place that isolates all of us alone in our sin, and the grip of death and mortality brings an image, a vision of an end where none of us win. We're all alone in this cold, hoping desperately one day just to grow old, ignoring the reality of what we all already know. We're going to die in this cave without light, without hope. You see, I was alone, and I wandered into this cave of my own accord, thinking of the pleasures and the adventure of touching and tasting all of the things that this broken world loves chasing. I followed my stomach and found myself wanting far more than my soul could ever really afford. And this is who we are, and this is the scene in which our world just couldn't handle the arrival of a king, not just some baby lying in the hay as if to say, hey, you might be God, but I'm the one in charge today. But it was in this frigid state of our hearts that a man and his betrothed were told that hope was coming into this world. Not just to warm our sense of sentiment or to inspire us to become better versions of our lonely selves, but to be here with us, Emmanuel. You see, Christmas isn't about sentimentality, about ugly sweaters or carolers or presents shoved underneath a tree. It's about a king who's seeing his own people alone, longing for them to be set free from the slavery of death, step down from his throne. He is Emmanuel, God with us. When we were all alone in the dust, feeling our lives were all but lost. I was a child then, alone in that cave, lost, wandering so close to the edge of the abyss. I didn't know how close I was to falling off that ledge. just knew I needed someone. And then he came, quietly slipping his hand into mine, whispering, I'm here with you, and I'll always be. But you know, it's not enough, though, just to be standing there in that cave, now two instead of one, the God-man holding your hand like a father holds his son. Sure, I felt safe. Sure, I felt loved. But what good? What good is it when below and above are the walls of a cave? We'll die in here, entrapped by this grave I built by my own wickedness and by my own shame. I am so glad you came to hold my hand, but it's not enough. Emmanuel is not enough. But he is more than just God with us, for he shall be called Jesus. Not just to stand there with us in the mire and the muck, but to interrupt the blight of a rebellion in which our souls found themselves stuck. Who he sets free is free indeed. For the reality of Christmas is looking forward to the tree, not the one illuminated by ornaments and lights, but the one bloodied by the one who gave up his rights. Jesus means God saves. And at last, he has come to save us from this cave.